Welcome to Ital is Vital, your natural health and wellness stop. Everyone, this is Julie. Thank you for stopping by for another video today. I hope you're having a fantabulous day today. I hope that your weekend has been going well thus far and that you will enjoy what is left of it despite the mayhem that is the coronavirus. A lot of people are concerned about the coronavirus, and so I wanted to just touch on it in this video. And of course, because it is something that is of concern, I have done an article on my blog, and I'll put a link below so you can go on over and check that out when you're ready. And of course, if you have not done so already, please subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like, share, and comment down below. It does help the video in terms of Google algorithm, so your support is appreciated. So what is the corona? The corona is a new respiratory illness, and they say that it has not been seen in human previously, and there have been several thousand people reportedly infected in China, and over 200 people have died. There have also said there are cases that have been reported in some other countries, including Taiwan, Germany, Vietnam, Japan, France, United States, and the United Kingdom. Those are some countries, but I think there have been reported cases in others also. And what the coronavirus is that the coronaviruses are a group of viruses that are said to be caused by mammals and birds. In human, the virus causes respiratory infections, which include the common cold, but can also cause rarer, more lethal forms such as SARS, which is severe acute respiratory syndrome, and MERS, which is Middle East respiratory syndrome. So that is, in a nutshell, that's what the coronavirus is. And the coronavirus is said to be highly contagious. And so, according to the reports, you can get it from other people who have the virus if you are in close enough proximity, if you touch, hug, and if you get close enough, you can get the virus. Many people are wondering what is the origin of the virus. Some say that is from bat meat eaten by Chinese, and there was reports that it could have been from snakes, but that was refuted. But the bat story, even though it is from bat, the first cases originated from a seafood market in China. And what they're saying is that actually there were no bats sold at that market at that particular time frame we're talking about. And so they're saying there must have been an intermediary or a stepping stone animal. So even though it is said that it is the bats that the virus originate from, or they're the likely carriers, they're saying that the how humans got it, or how they became infected, was not by the bats directly, that there was another animal. So the bats infected the other animals, and that animal they got it from. But what I find strange is, why is it that they are not able to identify that animal? They say it's a yet to be identified animal. It's always cause for concern when you hear these supposed new viruses cropping up, because if we have not learned anything, we should. HIV, AIDS should have taught us a lesson. When we see Ebola, all these questionable viruses, viruses that supposedly, never were never found, cases were never found in humans, suddenly being found. And even if people say, okay, the Chinese are eating bats and they shouldn't be eating bats, etc., etc., somebody could say, well, no one should be eating chicken, or no one should be eating cow. So to say that is not the key point to really take note of. The fact is they do eat them, and they have been eating them for a long time. So even so, why is it that no one was never infected before? So these are some curious things to think about regarding these viruses. It always just makes me wonder when I hear of these new viruses cropping up. Now, some of the symptoms of coronavirus include difficulty breathing, tiredness, fever or having a high temperature, and a cough. So those are some of the key symptoms of the virus. And some of these symptoms, usually at this time of the year, people usually experience, such as the cough, and some people might get a fever sometimes, because in the winter time you usually have a higher number of people getting colds, getting fever, the sniffles, etc. But these are some things that one should take note of, especially the difficulty breathing, especially if you are in a vicinity or in an area where there have been reported cases, or if you would have, come in contact with individuals who might be infected. So because the virus is supposedly it's a new virus, there still is not a lot of information from establishments in terms of there are still speculation in terms of the spreading, in terms of its origin and so forth. So I think as the days go by, we will get some additional information. But because it's a virus, then there are some things that we know in terms of preventative measures that can be taken. So and these are some that have also been highlighted by the World Health Organization. But these are general things that most of us should take note of anyway. For example, the washing of hands with soap and water. If your hands are dirty, wash them. And if you're going to eat, wash your hands before you eat, wash your hands after you eat. After you use the toilet, handle animal waste, raw meat. If you're caring for sick people, so generally some level of hygiene, need to be important. That's supposed to be at the top of the list, hygiene. And at this point in time, and always, avoid consumption of undercooked or raw meat of any kind. And if you're going to eat meat, at least cook it properly before consuming. Avoid the consumption of raw milk. Hopefully you will not be eating any meat, but if you are eating meat, be careful. Cover your nose or mouth when you cough or sneeze. So it's, you could sneeze or cough in a tissue and throw it away when you're finished. Just throw it away, wash your hands. If you don't have access to soap and water, use hand sanitizer. Hopefully most people do have one. You can make your own hand sanitizers also. Also avoid contact with people who are coughing or who are sneezing a lot. Some people, they cough and they don't even cover their mouth or they just sneeze like that without even using a tissue. And so, if you're that type of person who usually do that, try not to. And especially, as I noted, if you operate in an area where there have been suspected cases, or where there have been known cases of the coronavirus. Also, where it concerns, surface areas, sometimes we use surface areas, don't wipe them, or, clean them. Always clean surface areas. That's one way to help to keep things under control. And where it concerns meat, do not chop raw meat on the same board with other foods. Sometimes people do that. Try not to do that. You should have separate board for your meat and for other foods. Raw meat should be cut on its own board. If you're a person who consumes meat, so try not to cause contamination. So that is something to observe, especially, as I note, if you operate in an area where there have been suspected cases. Where it concerns pets, currently there are no evidence that domestic animals, such as dogs or cats, can be infected by the new virus. But as I noted, it's still early days yet. They may have some additional information, so you just keep that in mind. However, as I noted, because we're dealing with a virus, there are some, what they call a virus. There are some dietary recommendations that one could observe when dealing with viral problems. And that is, one, to drink plenty of fluids. And this include water, green juices, herbal teas, you know. You can also add soups to that, or broth. Drink elderberry juice. Elderberry juice, very good. It has great antiviral activity. Eat fresh fruits and vegetables, especially berries, citruses, ginger, onion. So these are some that you want in the diet, because it helps to support the immune function. And of course, there are other herbs, and I do have other herbs and herbal formulas on the blog, so do check those out. I'll have a link below. Some foods that you want to avoid alcohol, dairy, salt, sugar, the highly processed foods. Those are not healing. Those hinder the body, so it's best to stay away from them. Some, as I noted, some herbs that I will mention is, like the elderberry. You want the juice from the elderberry. You can also, if you get the elderberry, you can use it to make, some kind of tonic. Oregano oil or leaves, mullein herb, lobelia, thyme, sage, lemon balm. And these are really good to add, especially because this virus affects the respiratory system, and so you want something that will assist with clearing and healing the respiratory system. And also, I have a list of herbs that is for the lungs and respiratory system, and I'll have a link to that so you can check that out also. And in the article at the end, I also have a herbal formula with asthma weed, which can help with the respiratory. Also, where there are fevers, there are herbs that can be used to help to break the fever. For example, the blue vervain is a very good herb for helping with fever. the yarrow, the Peruvian bark. These are just some, and I have noted them in the article that I have. I also have some information on a research paper, and this research paper actually they went into looking at some scientific evidence and some research information as it pertains to antiviral plants. And so they look at antiviral plants for various viral viruses. And so you're given the information as to the activities. And in addition, they have some broad spectrum ones that will help across the board, regardless of whatever label they have added to what they call the virus. And so you will find that useful. And so, in conclusion, I would say remain calm. I know people will say it's easier said than done. You can say to remain calm if it's not, if you're not in the vicinity. And I do understand that because generally I am a person who is calm most of the time. But I can understand that people can get all frenzied and so forth, but try to remain calm. Follow the preventative suggestions that I have mentioned. Check out the article that I have on the blog. Eat fresh fruits and vegetable. Hydrate yourself. Use the herbs. Alkaline diet. Alkaline diet, you want to ensure that you keep any kind of viruses at bay. Alkaline diet, let me say that again. Primarily using your herbs, your herbal teas, your herbal tonics, drink your water, fresh fruits and vegetables, your green juices, load up on these, boost your immune system with these types of foods and these herbs, as I noted. And I hope you do find the information useful, and don't forget there's a ton of information on the blog Ital is Vital, which is www.italisvital.info. So that's italisvital.info, italisvital.info. And I always put the link in the description box down below. So I hope you found this video useful. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Be the change you'd like to see in this world. Have a fantabulous day today. Ta-ta! Welcome to Ital is Vital, your natural health and wellness stop.